Yeah, the team of three back fighting crime, evil, and the coronavirus. A nice shot of downtown Greenville, the Reedy River. It's going to get a little higher because we've got more rain coming here in the next little bit. Jack Roper here. There's Jamarcus and Miss Megan. How's everybody this morning on Earth Day?
On
Good
Earth
morning.
Day.
Earth Day today.
Happy Earth Day to you.
Yeah.
It's a good day to be an Earthling, isn't it?
It's a good place to be on Earth Day, at home.
Yes.
Are you quarantined? Do you know a good place to quarantine this morning?
Where?
A doctor in, I believe it's Texas, he quarantined himself to his children's treehouse.
Oh.
Now for 2 weeks, so they have a rope pulley and they send up meals, and his dirty laundry, I guess, goes back down. And
And the whole time they're sitting inside, like, why does Dad get to go be out and have
Daddy
the cool
doesn't
stuff?
love us anymore.
And we're
He's a
stuck
doctor,
inside
though.
with Mom.
He is a doctor, though, so.
Yeah, that's why they put him in the treehouse. And
Yeah.
you hear so many stories like that of medical workers that are having to like quarantine in different places. And yeah, I mean, it's not ideal, but you know, it's one way to keep everybody safe.
Those reunions get me kind of like, you know, when the soldiers are
I know,
coming
you're like,
home, you see
Something's
them.
in my eye.
You know, you're like, oh, it's so sweet. Because I know, I mean, it's only 14 days, but that's a long time.
That's a long time.
Right.
I know, and just knowing that, like, even though you've been quarantined for 14 days, what if it's still on me? And
Well,
what
just,
if I...
you know, when you get down, think about the relatives you could be with for 14 days that aren't there. You know, it'll make you appreciate the wife and the kids and good relatives.
You always got to look for that ray of hope. It
You always
could
got to
be
think about that Uncle Earl that you're like, ugh,
thank goodness I'm not with
14
Uncle.
days.
Yeah.
And
Uncle Earl, though, I bet he likes to party, so that could be a good time.
I feel like Uncle Earl keeps a little something under the seat. You know what I mean?
Uncle Earl would always have some kind of party favors,
You mean
whatever.
that's the one that comes at Christmas and goes to sleep after drinking a little
Yeah.
liquid.
Right.
After he
libation.
told everyone in the family what he really thought
Right.
about him, then
After
he goes
told
night-night.
everybody they voted for the wrong person.
Oh, Uncle Earl.
Oh, Uncle Earl. Y'all know who we talking about, too. Don't pretend
what
like
do
you
we
don't
say?
have an Uncle Earl.
What do we say? If you don't have an Uncle Earl,
you
you are the Uncle
you
Earl.
are Uncle Earl.
You know, the FDA now has approved a home kit to test for corona.
saw that. A little swab.
$119 bucks.
Right, and I think they're going to first start issuing those to medical workers, obviously, because they need that real quickly, because they're going to be the ones that's in and out of like those situations, out of those containment areas. So they're going to be getting them first, I think.
Well,
Is
you
it
know,
like
20%.
one? Is it just one in a kit, or is it like a kit of
One.
like? So one test is $119.
Yeah, it'll come down.
I mean, they need to put that on BOGO, like 6 in 1.
Right? Like,
Give me
yeah.
a 6 kit or something.
Family, a 4-pack.
Right.
Yeah.
Corona
Family 4-pack.
virus,
There you go.
swabs.
Yeah.
Well,
What else-
anyway, it's coming. It's on the way. Again, I hate it. These kids, you know, the spelling bee, the National
I
Spelling
know.
Bee has been axed since World War II.
Yeah.
It's a yearly event. So 150 kids don't get to spell.
And it was, and at first you were like, oh, I mean, okay, that's sad. But then I was reading an article in this one kid, because it's only for elementary and middle schoolers.
I guess.
And so, yeah, that's who it's designed for. So there's this one 8th grader that's like, spelling has been my life.
Is he aging out of the
Yes,
spelling bee
he's
system?
not. Next year he'll be in high school, and so he can't
Oh,
do it.
no.
And he's put all this time, and they're not changing the guidelines. It's
I
still
think they should give them at least one more year of eligibility for the spelling bee, because
to make it.
I was a school spelling bee champion growing up, and so like that was a big deal to go to the district and the state spelling bee. That was a
Yeah.
whole thing.
Well, Megan, you and I should be in the world's worst speller.
We should.
I mean, wouldn't that be funny to figure out who actually cannot spell worth a flip? And
I
give
think
them
I
an
think
award?
it would be a good. I think it would go down to the wire, Jack.
Megan saw me nerd out the other day when she asked me to spell something. I don't even know what it was, and I was like, ERPT.
Like real quick, like too. I was like, okay, Jamarcus. What?
And I went into this weird zone where I got really weird about it, and I was just like, I yelled it out, and then I looked down for a little bit, and I was like, that's the answer.
But have you ever tried to spell a 4-letter word and it doesn't look right? I mean, how
Yes,
can
you'll
you?
ask us that all the time. It'll be something like, you know, how do you spell Kate? I mean, you know, something
Yeah,
easy, and you're like,
like
that's,
four.
You'd be like,
yeah.
Yeah, front.
Sometimes it just
There's
doesn't
no
look
U
right.
in front, right?
I know.
F-R-O. Yeah, I guess there is. U-N-T.
that's one of the things, and this shows how big of a nerd I am. One of the things I've been like binging on Netflix is old Jeopardy episodes. And I'm really good at it.
I bet. You're like, hey, you want to play Jeopardy? You want to let me go back to episode 94? I knew that
I
one really
love
good.
Jeopardy.
It's hard times in these streets
Hey,
when
you
you're
learn-
out there looking at old Jeopardy episodes, trying to see if you can hang with some of the contestants.
You
But-
learn a lot. You learn a lot. You want to do a birthday shout out real quick?
Who you
Yeah,
got?
birthday
Okay.
shout out.
Whoop, whoop. Don't worry, we may or may not come to your business and sing to you, all right? This morning, we are sending some birthday shout outs to our friends at STI. It must be like a rule that you have to have a birthday in the week of April to work there because they all are birthdays this week. We want to say happy birthday to Robert Bradshaw and David Burquest. Their birthday was yesterday. Happy, happy birthday. And then Dale Strange, his birthday is coming up on the 24th. So all of these friends at STI, they've been working so hard. So happy
Robert-
birthday. Hope you can enjoy a little time.
Robert, David, and Dale celebrating birthdays. Happy birthday to the STI gang.
Do you just get one big old cake out there to STI? Is it in the shape of like a big old truck or something? That would
They're
be
nice people. We've had them on the
Yeah.
show when we used to have people on the show.
back.
That will return, I hope.
Back
You know,
in
we
the day.
mentioned people are using Lysol to clean food. Can't do that. Let me give you two that you will not believe people are doing, and
Okay.
please don't do it. People are combining bleach and rubbing alcohol.
That
You
just
put those
seems
two-
bad.
Well, no, wait a minute.
Yeah, just
you
don't-
put them together, they make chloroform, which is if you put it on a napkin and put it over someone's
go
mouth,
night-night.
they faint or go out.
Yeah.
Don't put bleach and vinegar together. It creates chlorine gas, which was a chemical
Chlorophyllic
weapon
acid.
in World War I.
Yeah.
Don't combine these
Now
two
is not the
things.
time to create any new chemical compounds. We
No.
have plenty of things that you can put on it to kill germs. Let's not try to be the scientists just yet.
This is when we should have paid more attention in chemistry and
Right.
all the tables. That
Like people are
would have
just
been.
doing this and putting stuff together.
Let's see what happened. Ooh, that exploded. Never mind. Don't do that.
That
Don't
didn't
do
work.
that.
That sounds like Crazy Craft Lady in action.
Right?
Oh,
Yeah.
whoa.
She's over there mixing up something.
As she's mixing things together.
Before we get to our question of the day, DeMarcus, I know you're into this too. The city of Greenville could use and appreciate your help if you would take a second to vote for them. Y'all know the Condé Nast Traveler Guide. It's like this big thing that comes out
Like
and
the best cities in the world, best
Yes.
destinations, yeah.
I mean, people like use this as like their Bible for travel and food. And Greenville has been in this list and has made this list and appearances for a long time. Did you know that according to visitgreenvillesc.com that we are losing $1.8 million a
Per day. Yes.
A day in
Yeah.
tourism, just in Greenville.
In restaurants.
No, just
Restaurants,
everything.
entertainment,
Shops.
hotel, shops. I mean, when you look at it per day, you're like, oh my gosh. So we want you to go and vote for the city of Greenville so that when everything is like open and good, that more people will be like, oh yeah, I'm going to come back to Greenville. So there's a link that you should be seeing on the screen right now. You can go
CN
and
Traveler.
vote for them. We'll put this on our website too, but it's just cntraveler.com/vote. So it's just voting that, hey, yeah, Greenville rocks, and it's going to be so much fun to come back and visit when everything's
And the
open.
South does well. Charleston usually wins the whole Condé Nast thing, but you
Yeah.
know, the South represents. Jack, we have a Spinks question of the day. Hit him with it for today.
Which celebrity would you love to be quarantined with if you had to spend 14 days with them?
I'm like anybody that can cook. I mean, Emerald. I want Rachel Ray.
No,
I mean, I want all of them.
They need to cook. They need to be funny. They really need to sing, and
Right.
Maybe like to work
Chrissy
out.
Teigen, yes.
That would be a good one.
That would be a good
You
one.
would laugh,
Yeah, you
and
have
just
to be
bring
careful who
John
you
just
say
for
Right.
fun, just for fun. Well, still to come this morning on Your Carolina. Are you starting to panic because you haven't seen your hairdresser in a while? Don't make any drastic decisions, DeMarcus, all right? Wilson from Wilson on Washington has some tips for us to kind of help us out until everything's back up and running.
And Heather has some more fun to go for you this morning. Fun at home for the family while helping local businesses. We're going to see what she's up to. Stick around. More Your Carolina coming up.
And Wings, etc. Highway 9 in Boiling Springs, spell that word, etc. I'm going to look that one up. But again, besides Wings, etc., they have other great things to eat. You can drive right through, give them a call, give me a credit card, order what you want, and then drive through. They've got a little area to the left of the front door at Wings, etc. Pick up your order, and you'll enjoy some great food. That's Highway 9, Boiling Springs, Wings, etc.
Furnishings for Your Carolina are provided by Jeff Lynch, appliances, electronics, bedding, furniture.